What is good, y'all? And did y'all catch that song? Because Corey is clearly not losing any sleep over this lawsuit situation. He just torched Anton's whole image with that video. And honestly, the man is comedy at the highest level. Now, most people are looking at this and calling it a weak move on Anton's part to run to the courts with all the big talk he's been putting out. Especially when his own brother came out and said he doesn't even think the young lady fully understood what was happening at the time. And on top of that, she's now of legal age, which adds a whole other layer to this conversation. Let's hear directly from Corey because he has some things to say. And y'all, I might be in trouble after this one.
In trouble now. Oh, oh my God, what have I done?
You poor monkey.
Yeah. Hey man, let me tell you something. We do the 50. Oh, Lakeisha gave us 100 for that.
Yeah, you a yard.
He put her address. Don't we ain't saying. Anyway, let me tell you something about this show. This show is where me and the group have fun. Just like Keisha said, she started doing her show and you have fun. But you got people who really want to try and disrupt what you do. All because they see you having fun. Let me tell you something. I don't even say names on my show.
How you say her name in monkey?
I can't wait to if this thing actually goes through. It probably gets slapped out in California.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something, man. I can't wait till people. I hope that somebody feels like they can go in front of a judge and say, look, that's me, and he was talking about me. I can't wait. I can't wait. I am too smart to get caught up with the sucker shit. I got all kind of people talking crazy. Monkeys. Zookeepers. It's so many people talking crazy.
How you come back from how you do some...
You work for the government and start causing drama for
people.
And then
come back around like ain't nothing happened a couple years ago. You got to be a bold to get back to normal from taking people's...
Hold up real quick because there's a factual correction that needs to be addressed. Those charges that got brought up were not on Flacco. That was actually Flacco's brother. And those are two completely different situations that the internet needs to stop mixing together. Somebody really needs to pull Corey aside and make sure he has the right information because that one definitely landed on the wrong person. Now, as far as the working with law enforcement angle, Flacco has publicly announced that if you come at him or threaten him in any way, he is picking up that phone and calling the police. And that part of the story is 100% accurate. But here's what makes this whole thing a wicked game that you see playing out over and over again with Charleston White and others. How do you aggressively antagonize people and talk the way these guys talk, but then turn around and hide behind law enforcement the second things get real? That contradiction right there tells you everything. But let's keep it moving. Now, hold up. Did he actually win money out of that situation? Or was it just a ruling that stopped them from moving forward against him? Because I thought there was some real bread involved in that outcome. Listen, I'm not 100% sure if he walked away with a check, but what I do know is that I would absolutely love to get Afro Man on the show, because that man played the whole situation perfectly, showed up in his full American outfit, and put on one of the greatest performances anybody has seen in a courtroom setting in a long time. You won't believe this. He went into a level of creative, diabolical artistry that they were completely unprepared for, and he dismantled the whole thing with pure creativity alone. They had absolutely no idea how to respond to what he was doing, because he was just too smooth and too calculated with every single move he made. And here's what gets me. A lot of people still don't fully understand just how genuinely talented this man is across the board. And I'll be honest, I wasn't completely locked in on everything he had going on until I really sat down and studied it closely this week. He plays everything. He performs everything. And obviously that one record, Because I Got High, made him a legend. But this situation showed a whole different side of his genius. I'm getting my people on the phone to make something happen with Afro Man, because y'all, the songs we could make together would be absolutely crazy. And after watching everything he pulled off, I genuinely believe that.
Like, for example, I just played a video of characters we created for the 5150 show, but somebody claimed the characters and said, oh, he's talking about me.
Right.
And the reason you claimed the characters because it was monkeys.
That's some funny.
That's why you claimed the characters, because it was monkeys. I ain't said no name about nobody. I said, this for you, lame.
There's a group called the Monkeys anyway. They all white.
It was a TV show when I was growing up. They was called the Monkeys. Hey, it's the Monkeys.
Yes, I had a crush
And
on
watch
Little
us monkey around. Yeah. So.
No, so he got sued for $3.9 million over that video he did. But the jury found in his favor the defamation and privacy lawsuit.
That's cold how they
So he
broke into
won
his
that,
house.
But no monetary.
He didn't win no money?
I don't think so. Says there's no indication that he won any monetary awards after that.
Well,
It was
that
just
should be
ruled-
coming.
Right, it was ruled in his favor. So.
Why would they be trying to sue a man and they violated him in every way? Because them people can violate you when they come to your house.
They did violate it.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Going through his
I'm
stuff.
just saying, it's like this world, it's full of people who think that you are supposed to do what they want you to do. But let me tell you something, Craig, because you are part of my world.
Right.
I came into your world, I might say something about you. You understand that?
Yeah, for sure.
Same with you, Darlene and Nail. But people think if you say something about them, they can sue you. I don't know why people are that dumb. I can't remember a time where people are as dumb as they are now. They really believe that somebody, just because you filled out paperwork, somebody in trouble. If I'm in trouble, I'm really in trouble now. After that video. Oh.
And that's exactly it. He played the entire game to the absolute fullest and didn't leave a single chip on the table. Because look, I put out a video with characters we created for the 5150 show, and somebody immediately jumped up and claimed those characters were about them personally. But here's the thing that exposes everything. The only reason you claim those characters is because they were monkeys, and I never said a single name, not one. So the fact that you self-identified tells the whole story right there. And listen, the Monkeys was literally a real group and a real television show from back in the day. All white members, classic theme song and everything. So the fact that somebody ran and claimed it says way more about them than it does about me. But back to Afro Man. He got hit with a $3.9 million lawsuit over that video he dropped. And you won't believe this. The jury came back and ruled completely in his favor on both the defamation and privacy claims. Now, the part that still has everybody heated is that they actually broke into this man's house, violated his space in every way imaginable, and then had the audacity to turn around and try to sue him for $3.9 million. And from what we can tell, there was no monetary award attached to the verdict. But that ruling in his favor should absolutely open the door for him to come back and get compensated for everything they put him through. But see, this is the world we're living in right now. Full of people who genuinely believe that because they filed some paperwork, somebody is automatically in trouble. And I honestly cannot remember a time when people operated with this level of confusion about how things actually work. So Judge Joe Brown recently sat down with the real Dana. Shout out to her, go check out her content. And he broke down exactly how he feels about this entire Anton versus Corey situation over those monkey shirts. So let's get into it right now.
It out, and I think people are too full of themselves these days to understand the humor. And it's like, you know, one of the ways of getting somebody off your back in elementary school was if they were talking about you and you got upset, you could guarantee that they wouldn't leave you alone. But if you act like no big thing and talk about their folk back, you know, that just became friendly banter. So I think it's overwhelmed, and I think we've got too much sissification in our society today. And that can apply male or female. You know, we get too sensitive. So they initiated it. They're the men in their life. They put this fool show on. in one sense.
So here's the
But,
question,
you know.
because this is the wife suing Corey for depicting.
I know, yeah.
Does she have a case?
I don't know. I'd say on the New York Times v. Sullivan, no. And the other thing is it becomes symbolic, symbolism, and, you know, it's one of those cases where, okay, the plaintiff wins and gets $1 damages.
Well, because people have seen enough frivolous lawsuits kind of go through, you know what I'm saying?
Also, too, you want to know one of the reasons why, too, because we talk directly to the people, so they know that it's a possibility that if I do the right thing, maybe I get on Corey's brain, and he just gonna start. You know what I mean? It's like free publicity. That's how I think they look at it. Like, maybe I could get into it with this, and he gonna make me famous.
This is a world where we have access to the people who want to watch us. And like, let's say 100,000 people watch your show. You become a target. Unless you're talking about the type of stuff they talking on CNN, Craig. If you are a man who has something to say that is off script on your podcast, when your numbers go up, you become a target. Especially a guy like me. I ain't gonna even lie, I'm afraid for my life. I'm afraid for my life. They had the man at the airport following me, and I know what them people do. I could talk about it now. Let me tell you something. Folks talk about Corey ain't got gigs. Yeah, Corey got plenty gigs because there's people who know I'm gonna sell tickets. YouTube ain't my main source of income. It's your main source of income. Not my main source of income, so I don't have to lie when I'm on here. But I'm saying, Craig, as your podcast grows, more drama gonna come. And if you not smart, you'll bite the bait.
All right, y'all, listen. I think we are well past the point of this ever turning into anything physical, so everybody can relax on that front because it's not going there. And based on everything Judge Joe Brown broke down, this lawsuit is really nothing more than a desperate attention grab that probably isn't going to produce much of anything when all is said and done. Corey is clearly unbothered and moving accordingly, but let's keep it real. He has been taking some serious hits to his reputation lately with the back and forth involving Flacco, the lead attorney situation, Tasha K, and everything else piling up around him. But hold up, that video was genuinely a strong comeback move because it sent one clear message without him having to say a word. I am not shaken, not even a little. The song was catchy, the execution was hilarious, and it landed exactly the way it needed to land, even though you already know Anton is probably going to try to strike it the first chance he gets. But credit where it's due, that's a point on the board for Corey, and it shows he still has some fight left in him when his back is against the wall. Now, the real question is whether his viewership and his core support system bounces back alongside this energy, and whether Anton or anyone else connected to this situation actually comes back with a response to everything that's been said. Appreciate y'all for locking in and riding this out with us. It's your boy, No Problem, saying everything second take. Until next time, we out.